Sir, good evening. Hello, sir.
Hello, hi, ma'am. Good evening. How are
Yeah,
you?
very good evening, sir. Yeah. Ms. Aarti, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready. Am I audible?
Yeah, it's audible. It's audible. It's clear.
Okay,
Aarti,
yeah.
sir, is it audible, sir?
Yeah, very much audible. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
Can we start the meeting?
Please. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Ms. Aarti, you can give the welcome note, no?
Okay, fine. Yeah, thank you. So good evening, everyone. On behalf of myself, Dr. D. Aarti, from Avinashalingam University, Business Administration Department. So on behalf of Coimbatore Management Association, I welcome you all for this 499th Monday Musings. So here we have, today we have our guest, Mr. G. Anbu Selvan, the domain leader of tech research, product innovation and data solutions. Sir will be addressing us on the topic data-driven decision making, revolutionizing business strategies. So he is a seasoned domain leader with over 15 years of rich industry experience, specializing in shaping the future of technology, driving product innovation, and offering strategic counsel to Fortune clients. His expertise lies in providing insightful go to market strategies for technology, products, and cultivating a future ready workforce, contributing to the growth and success of diverse industry verticals, including software, BFSI, healthcare, automotive, telecom, energy, government, and retail, as well as e-commerce. His commitment to researching emerging technologies, including research and development engineering, IoT, artificial intelligence and data science, cybersecurity, autonomous driving, mixed reality, cloud and automation, as well as robotics, ensures that his insights are at the forefront of industry evolution. So, we welcome you again, sir. The platform is yours now. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the warm welcome and thanks for this opportunity. And I thank every one of the CME members and the stakeholders and the audience. So let me just share my screen. Am I eligible to share my screen? Just check. Okay. Is my screen visible? The deck is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so just thanks for the warm welcome once again, and just to highlight, my name is Anbu. So in market, people used to call me Anbu Govind. I'm currently located in Coimbatore. Basically, I used to travel between Coimbatore, Bangalore, and Hyderabad. My company HQ in located in Hyderabad. I am a domain leader in a company called Demand Base. So Demand Base is a company, it's a data company, it's a software data company. We basically provide a B2B go-to-market softwares like account-based marketing strategies and various data data sets to the global Fortune customers, right? So my expertise into I'm basically a tech researcher, so I evangelize tech products to the market. I come from the industry research background. I worked across all the industry verticals. I used to help CXO communities, global market, for various initiatives like go-to-market strategies and where to set up their R&D centers and tech hub and innovation setup, which is called the GCC and R&D setup globally. I also work across various CHRO communities where I used to help the talent intelligence and talent consulting activities across globe. I am actually one of the committee. I am actually now advising NASCOM some of the research space. And in recent 5 years time, I have just diversified into various spaces, like product innovation, tech strategy, and data strategy. I've been helping various global technology outsourcing, where I have contributed more than $10 billion size of the outsourcing deal happens to various companies and organization companies and geography. So that is moreover my background, and that's the skill expertise I come up with. In meantime, whenever I get time, I spend a lot of time in skill development activities and sharing industry knowledge to the engineering and B school graduates. So that's where my profession and passion towards. So this is one of the beautiful opportunity. I was invited to present some of my industry thought leadership towards the data-driven decision making and how the global industries are revolutionizing through the data strategies. So I welcome you all. So let me just share my screen. Deck is visible, right?
Yeah, it's visible. Your screen is visible.
Excellent. So I have not too many slides, because with the interest of time of about 30 to 40 minutes, so I've just prepared very crisp slide to give you some kind of data story, or maybe an industry story, what it is, why it is important in this market scenario, and what are the opportunities it exist in the market, in India, across globe. And for various opportunities, be it startup folks, or student communities, or even MBA basically graduates, how the market is behaving and going after the data for various decision makings. That's a kind of a context I could give you, like where what kind of stages and stories that we are going to talk about. So what is the DDM, right? So which is data-driven decision making. So what is data-driven decision making? So, right, decision making, it can happen in various ways, right? Like you learn somewhere and you inherit some of the strategies and you test it and adopt it, and you see the success and the failures, and some of your own gut feels and intuitions. Okay, let's do this and experiment it. That could be one other way decision making that you can do. And the another decision making could be like you actually start doing plotting some your theories and subjects in the kind of a flow charts and stuff, and then you make it to the realistic scenarios in practical way. And if at all, if we have the data to just, okay, let's see what data says and talks about, and then we let's derive some kind of trends and patterns, and then you put it forth to the kind of a goal that you want to achieve. That could be another way of decision making to move forward. There could be a lot of way that you can make a lot of decisions with kind of having a different options and choices to pick it and experiment it. But in this industry 5.0 as a industry scenario, I would say industry 5.0, because we already kind of evolving and moving into industry 5.0 from industry 4.0, because last about 3 years kind of a time frame where the global market is actually started adapting some of the very advanced advanced technologies and transformations. Hence, knowingly, unknowingly, all of us are basically, kind of almost stepped into industry 5.0, right? So the kind of industry 5.0 was a market evolution. There are a lot of articles and surveys and various consulting companies, like McKinsey or Bain and Co. Or you talk about any kind of companies which takes industry surveys and advisories. So it states that more than 75% of the companies are started adopting data-driven decision making for any kind of their decision that they want to make. So that's where this is not just a buzzword, I would say, which is the data-driven decision making. It is actually a realistic, experimented, one of the smartest thin way of approach which industries have started adopting, right? So what is all about a data-driven decision making? Maybe I'm just looking at the right side because I have the big monitor to look at and see the slide. Yeah, data-driven decision making. So what is data-driven decision making? It's nothing but, okay, you have a lot of data. It could be, for example, if you come from a B school or education sector or a corporate sector, you may have a different data sets. It could be a HR department data sets. It could be like your employee, your salary, your data about joining dates, various stuff, and your job role and etc. If somebody comes from a finance management, they might be having a different data sets, like your P&L account and your debt derivatives, your balance sheets, vendor payment, receivable, account payable, so many stuff, right? And if somebody comes from a supply chain team, they might have a different data sets, like inventory management, your raw material, and your stock and options and various stuff. And if somebody from education sector, you might be having students names, different department, and their average scorecard and etc., right? So keeping all this, we might be able to do a very beautiful work in terms of what kind of pattern it has been seen over the historical period of time, and where we are moving and where we are standing right now. What kind of a risk that I could see having this data, right? And what are the gating metrics that we can define out of this data that we have? And having all this data and facts and metrics, what are the goals, 5-year goal, or a short-term goal, or a quarterly goal, or a yearly goal, how we can make it, and what kind of objectives and initiatives that we can plan it out independently or collaboratively with across the management and boards. That is what we are actually talking about, the data-driven decision makings. Having all the data, patterns, facts, trends, insights, how we are going to achieve our vision or a mission is what across the industry and global organizations are talking about day-to-day operations. So to just start with, are we into data? Are you using data to make your day-to-day decisions? If this is a question, just just think of a moment. Okay, am I using real data to decide something for my day-to-day lifestyle? Some of you maybe say yes, or some of you may not say yes, because you may not be visibly saying are we using data, right? But actually we all of us are using data, because all of us are actually accessible to a smartphone at least, right? And smartphone connected with the internet. So everybody in this in this call, I think I could say about 68-70 people, actually we are using data to make our day-to-day decisions. For example, the moment you wake up in your sunny day or rainy day, you are able to see what kind of weather prediction that you could see, right? So that has been driven as a real-time analytics with some kind of a weather data. The other one is in the shopping data. Okay, so now it's a weekend. Can I plan for some shopping? So where can I go, and where can I take my family and friends, right? Or shall I do it online, like e-commerce portal like Amazon, Flipkart, and etc. So based on different data, different ratings and reviews, that I could decide, okay, this could be one of the best options I can choose for. I'll go for a shopping. The another one is the best route to identify. Okay, I'm traveling to Ooty, or I'm traveling to Bangalore. What's the best way to reach my destination? That is one more data-driven application that you're already using. The another one is the fitness app. So some of you or most of you might be using a fitness app, like to while you're do a jogging or a cycling or a duathlon, triathlon, and you are able to track your performance of fitness. How much calories that you burn, how many kilometers you run, what pace that you run, and etc. Right. So that is one of the data that has been you're actually currently using. Okay, now when you're planning for a vacations or accommodation, so you're able to see, okay, there are a lot of applications, there are a lot of data available in the market, even in your internet, and where it is able to give you, okay, what's the best choice of stay that you can prefer for, right? And different stays, in different places. It's not just limited to only the domestic market. It is actually now available in global market. This is one more data-driven, decision that you're making invariably. Okay, now, many of us, trying to do search a lot of jobs, right? What medium I can go and apply a job, which are the forums and, channels there where, people are posting a lot of jobs, what kind of jobs, what kind of skill set, which companies are expecting from me is, which you are able to analyze something before you just start applying it. That is one more, data driven, the decision making that you're already making. The another interesting thing is, okay, what to eat. Okay, let's say, this is the dinner time, or maybe, tomorrow I'm planning for a team meeting with team lunch or a team breakfast. Where can I take my tea, right? So what can I, order? What can I order to the restaurant to prefer my meal? So that is, more data, either it could be, in different various, applications, channels, reviews, ratings that you're able to see, and then you're making some decisions. Then finally, like this, we have various, data that you are actually, using it to make some decisions every day. The another one is, okay, here this is education, right? If some of you from a education or a students community, or some of us from corporate, where you want to decide what course I need to do, right? Okay, you go to the Udemy, you go to Coursera, you go to Pluralsight, or maybe LinkedIn Learning or YouTube. Okay, let's say now I want to learn an artificial intelligence or a deep learning or a large language model, LLM, right? So the moment you just search it, you have been offered with, hundreds of, courses and materials. How we are deciding? You are deciding based on the cost, based on the number of reviews and ratings, right? And time, how much of durations, are they offering a certification, or it's just a course completion? Are they giving you a development platform in the same course material? Or if you're going for a higher studies, right? Be it MTech, MRs, or any kind of higher studies, which university that I want to choose, which country. So how are you not deciding? So all this stuff that you're deciding based on the data, it's helping you to decide something, right? So if at all, if you are thinking, okay, I'm not just deciding something without the data, actually the fact is, it is not. It is already, we are already enabled with a lot of data through some kind of applications, some form of data and insight, in which we are actually leveraging to decide some of the best decisions. So in a summary, in a nutshell, I would say we all are into industry 5.0, that actually, giving us a lot of, leverage and flexibility to use, various data sets to decide our own day-to-day life, right? So this is all about the day-to-day life that we're talking about. So when we are moving to a real industry, right? So in the market scenario, we have a different numbers and data is evolving around the world. So if we talk about, this is just a number I'm just, sharing. So the moment, if I just throw this number, so immediately now you might be thinking, what is it, right? So this is nothing but in 2024, this year, by end of this year, December, as an industry, be it a person, where we have about 8 billion in a population, plus we have different systems and devices. It could be your computers, laptops, your personal mobile phones, IoT devices, all put together, which are connected to the internet world, which is going to generate about 147 zettabytes of, data. That's a huge number of data in the world or a globe, it's going to generate. And this is about 8.5 billion as a number. This is the bottom that you could see. This is nothing but this many searches happening at Google in a day, right? So whomever, connected with internet in some way or other way, there are about, 8.5 billion different kind of searches we all are making, in a Google, right? So these are all the data. So these are all beautiful data that we are talking about. If you talk about, let's say, how many million or billions of websites exist in the country, in the world, right? There are about 1.2 billion websites exist in the world. So out of 1.2 billion websites, there are about, I think, 280 million websites are alive, right? If you talk about IoT devices, number of IoT devices exist in the world by 2025. I think there are a lot of estimate is going to happen. It's happening like there are about 30 billion devices. There are 35 billion devices. It's going to exist in the world. So having said we all are generating data. We are leveraging the data. So the one beautiful thing that we all are have to smartly think that how we can use this data to make our decision better and smarter. So that's a kind of a theme. Not only smart individuals or professionals or students community, the big corporates or startups or any kind of a traditional engineering companies are actually looking into data these days. That's a kind of importance I would want to cultivate in this session. So now, okay, so is it that I have to use only the data? What about my experience, right? So my intuition, because this data and technology, everything came in the picture of my life about maybe 5 years back or 10 years back. But there are a lot of stakeholders, there are leadership people or entrepreneurs in the market have spent a decade, 3 decade, 4 decade of time to understand the market and making a lot of decisions without the data, right? Because all these are very classy and buzzwords happening in last 5 years or 10 years. But how come it all were happening before this time frame, right? So now the question is, should I make gut feel? Should I make decision making based on my gut feel or intuition, or should I look at my data and bring some insights and then make decisions? So that's a kind of a dilemma you might be ending up with. So the thing, this is very simple thin line where you can differentiate what is our intuition driven decision making and what is the difference of the data driven decision making. The intuition driven decision making mostly comes with the experience and gut feel from the kind of experience and experimentation that we did without data, right? That could be more of a corrective that might have a lot of risky in taking the decisions. And whereas if you go with the data-driven decision making, it is more giving you're mostly going with the actual facts and figures, and it is mostly a directive approach that you are going to take, and you will be having a lot of options and trends where you'll be able to decode from the data better. So right, so that's a two different angle that we all put together, if you could see. But what's happening in the industry 5.0 kind of a market scenario, if you look at the chart in the right side, so if you look at the amount of data that we are generating every day, that I have shown you the previous slide, where we have about 147 or 142 zettabytes of data we are generating. Let's say we have so much of data, and in the right side, here if you take the kind of risk that you're adversing, and then we are talking about, if you just break this down by kind of a gut feel or a intuition zone, and then kind of a data that you're talking about, the more risk you'll be ending up having when you're taking gut feel. Based on my gut feel, my experience, my intuition says this could be the right choice to take, right? That's where where you're not accessing data, but you're actually inviting a lot of risk and trouble here. That's what it's talk about, the gut zone. The another one, since the market is not transforming towards technology adoptions or digital transformations in various scenarios, and the market is accessible to billion and zillions of data and bytes, where we are able to go with the data driven approach. If you so, then your actual adverse amount of risk that you're touching is very small, right? So that's where the smart entrepreneurs or CX communities or global organizations or startups, various companies. Now, okay, gut feel and intuition, let's keep it aside. Let's see what my data talks about, right? That's what various companies, I think I would say about 86% of the industry organizations which are whichever the company which adopted the technology in any point, any way, and where they are actually looking at the data. So it is not, and again, when you want to look at the data, it is not necessary that you need to have a artificial intelligence or a machine learning, right? You can have a typical Excel sheet or Google sheet, and the kind of a maturity of adoption and the skill set, expertise that you have, and kind of data and kind of a business that you have, kind of a business model that you ran, you can adapt kind of a machine learning or a deep learning techniques or data science algorithms and so on and so forth to do various patterns analysis and recommendations, right? So now the fundamental summary is, okay, gut feel or data. So 90% of the organizations actually going after the data-driven decision making, right? So intuitions, people are merging the intuitions of experience along with the data, and then they're making the decisions. So many of the industries, basically they keep the data-driven data first, and then the second layer of what they're having as an intuition and gut feel. So what is data-driven decision making? How does it matter to us, right? So why it matters? Why people are talking about data-driven, data science, data engineering, artificial intelligence, and large language models, so many stuff. So there are various reasons where it matters for everybody. Right. So the reason is that the technology advancements, because as I said, we are just moving into 5.0 as an industry evolution, and people were talking about too much on the artificial intelligence adoption, cognitive computing, open source, cloud computing, IoT, autonomous driving, DevOps, automation, too much of stuff, right? Because that's where the market is moving into. And the more that I'm moving, I need data to support to back up my decisions, right? For example, General Motor as a company or Microsoft as a company, they're all around 200 billion kind of a size of a company now, right? So they want to make what's my technology spend supposed to be in 2024 or 2025, for which I need to make a lot of decisions, right? So for which I cannot just take my decisions out of my gut feel and intuition. So I need to see a lot of data and trends, how competitors are doing, where the market and economy is behaving, and so many stuff. And digital transformation. So digital transformation is another side where companies are moving into automation techniques and robotic process automation or artificial intelligence adoptions, chatbots, various stuff. And then competitive pressure. So before about 50 years back, whereas there were a lot of market, if you look at where there were a lot of monopoly market, so where there will be one seller and where you have a lot of customers. We were all were depending on the one seller as a product. It could be any kind of product that you talk about. So now it is not just a monopoly. When you talk about any kind of products and services, there are about hundreds and thousands of sellers available in the market, where it exists to help the target population to make and take their choices of this various people, right? So the data driven decision making is actually also help us in both ways, like be it as consumers like us, and we have a lot of choices to go and see and purchase something, we can do it also. Then the other side, the seller also able to see what kind of competitive pricing happening, what kind of offering promotions happening, so many stuff. And then the fourth one is the customer experience. So the customer experience is something the market is moving towards it, right? So everything you talk about, why we are doing all this advanced technology adoptions and digital transformations, all this stuff, if you just close your eyes and keep just think about a moment, it's all about ending up to serve the customers better, right? That's what we call it as a CXM in the market, right? It's customer experience management. Right? You talk about anything in the world, be it a car, be it a soap, be it a beauty care, be it a mobile, be it your computer, laptops, or your Zoom meeting in applications, anything you talk about, customer experience, so that they retain the customers for their revenue making for coming in quarters and years. The innovations and options, man, there are a lot of innovations, lot of data sets, lot of trends, lot of SaaS products. So many things are happening in the market. Optimizations. By having this, data-driven decision-making and strategies, I'm able to optimize my cost, spend, time, workflow, my employee, my service delivery, right? You can make a different level of optimization techniques in your workflow in your across the department. The last one is decoding the hidden trends, right? Because I come from a different industry where I worked across the industry. My current role where I'm able to identify, let's say for example, island gas company like ONGC or Chevron as a company or Shell as a company. They are all going into a diversified business where they want to do a carbon capture sequestration or hydrogen solutions or green energy solutions. They don't have a data to tell them that, okay, who are all their customers I can go and sell my hydrocarbon projects, right? Which country, which location, where I can go and set up my projects, right? Those are all million and billion dollars of projects. So the data that it exists in the market in a way that you're able to shape it up, it is actually helping them, the companies which were thinking they are not having the data to make some decisions. So a lot of hidden trends are you're able to identify the white space that, okay, oh my god, this is some of the industry which I have not touched upon, right? So which I'm able to see that, okay, there is an opportunity in this. Let me just put my marketing and sales team and target this segment, new segment, which I have not even targeted before. So these are all the matters why we are talking, data-driven decision making in the industry. And okay, here some of the case studies, some of the companies, how they are making use of this data-driven decision making and what they're doing and why they're doing it, right? So I just brought some of the global organizations, not just a software company, across the industry. If you talk about, if you look at the Amazon, everybody is using Amazon. So the way I just thought of bring this logos, because most of us actually use this, and most of us already might be having at least 3 out of these 4 logos, right, in your personal work or your professional work. So Amazon is one of the application that might be using it. So how they are doing it? So as I said, everything is ended up achieving something as a customer experience. So Amazon is one of the beautiful company where their retention rate of a customer experience it's huge. How they're doing it with the data-driven decision making that you're able to purchase and retain them. So one is based on the buying history. Everybody has the Amazon ID. Based on the buying history, search behavior, the rating that you give to the product that you purchased, the taste, preferences, language, country, so many things, right? By having all this stuff, Amazon have the different team, data science and algorithm team, where they're able to do a market basket analysis. That's what I just put it as MBA, market basket analysis. Put it together, the data that the one person, as an Anbu I just searched, I used for the Amazon for the last 5 years, or maybe quarterly or monthly period time, I'm able to come up with a recommendation engine. Hey, the moment I just open up, so my Amazon app is showing me, okay, this is something has popped up recently. This has a now 50% discount is offered to you. Will you be able to purchase this? Or are you interested? That's the kind of a recommendation we are all getting, right? All these are not driven by data. With the different techniques and model they created in the backend, and it's giving to you in the applications. And the second one is a Uber, right? The moment it could be Uber, or it could be in local. I mean, in domestic market, we have the Red Taxi or Ola or different applications, right? So all these aggregators, the cab aggregators, are consuming the GIS data to measure the traffic, locations, and etc. And driver behavior, distance, preferences, and based on the seasonality and time, they put it together as a dynamic pricing, all the stuff. It is actually driven by the data. And the Netflix, be it Netflix or be it your Amazon Prime videos or various or maybe different applications, they're able to see your behavior searches, what kind of languages you search, preferences, what genre you want to, you're interested to watch, like it's a action, thriller, it could be anything, right? So based on the report which Netflix recently published, they basically analyzed more than 40 million data of plays, where from the different segment of subscribers rating, they're able to come up with what could be the next web series that I can produce and put it in my Netflix, right? And if you talk about a Google, right, it were never before, maybe 2010 or before the time, but now we are able to see that, okay, the moment you put some such keywords in the search bar, they repetitively, if you're able to just type which place I can go and stay in Ooty or, Los Angeles, right? The moment you are able to just type few words, it's able to give you a recommendation that's called, autocomplete prediction, right? Based on the interest, trends, historical searches, and the pattern, Google team is able to give you and assist you. Okay, the moment I am able to write, I don't need to write the full sentence of keywords to search myself. The engine itself helps you, right? Again, the Coca-Cola, it's come from beverages industry. They're able to identify which are the audiences or people in various social media platform like a Facebook or Instagram and various stuff. They're able to post my logo or my Coca-Cola bottle, right? To just come up with some kind of trends and behaviors so that they're able to predict it. Red Roof is one of the I think hotel chain industry. They're there in the global regions. They're able to come up with some kind of a beautiful framework and recommend various customers that, okay, in a day there are about 90,000 or 1 million passengers are getting stranded based on the because of the flight cancellation, etc. If the moment the cancellations happen, we are able to see where can I stay nearby hotel, right? That information is something these guys are interested to bring up some insight so that they are able to campaign it and target it the personalized way so that they attract a lot of passengers and customers to make a lot of revenues and generations. Similarly, if you look at the healthcare industry, finance, manufacturing, you have so many different data-driven decision-making happenings. See, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether you apply a artificial intelligence or data science or different techniques, but it's all happens is that what I'm trying to say is everything happens on the data that we generate, we leverage with. So almost I'm there in the last slide. So this is the future opportunities. So since we are all into this particular spectrum of Industry 5.0, so what are the opportunities of the corporate professionals or student community that we can grasp where artificial intelligence, ML and DL, deep learning, big data, IoT, data visualizations, because we are all maneuvering around data, and definitely there is a cream layer where data privacy and security also coming up. Autonomous driving, right? This is something where the drones and autonomous trucks, cars and stuff is coming up. So that runs basically the millions of data which is generated in seconds in the system. The real-time analytics, one of the example that I have put, which is LCMS, which is a landscape change management system. For example, if you look at USA, they have about 3.3 million square kilometers of forest, whereas in India we are almost there around 700K, which is about 700,000 square kilometers. If you look at the kind of forest ranges available to manage this 3.3 million square kilometers in USA, it's just about 35,000 rangers. How they are able to manage their the forestry and the landscape, right? So they come up with a real-time analytics with the different sensors, different IoT, different feeders, so that they're able to see, okay, which are the areas where people are occupying more and they're entering more towards forest, so that they're able to make very preventive actions. So this is just something in an example that I have just put. all these are future trends and opportunities going to happen. This is what happening in the industry that you could evidence it. But all this happening in the back end of the data driven, right? In nutshell, in the summary, everything that matters now as any kind of a B2B, B2C or B2G, which is a government organizations, anything that they are able to make decisions, smart decisions based on the facts and actual insights and relevant insights. By all this, when they're making, they're making based on different applications. It could be AI, your data visualizations or business intelligence and various stuff. And as we are also moving towards the kind of the industry that it is moving, the pace that in which technology advancement, digital transformation is happening, and unknowingly we are also part of this ecosystem. Already we started using it. A lot of AI system applications in our mobile laptop, and which are driven by the data. So that's what I would say. All this is what happening. So a lot of opportunities, a lot of case studies which we can innovate and start supporting to the market through various startups and various thought leadership angle. If you think about, this is what I just wanted to put it forth and share my just a high level view, so that I can leave you with some kind of thinking about how I can use the data and for better decision making. This is my submission. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And this is my contact number. If somebody interested in understanding the future tech, skill gap analysis, because I'm a leadership coach and I'm giving a lot of skill gap strategy to various B schools and engineering schools, career coach, various stuff other than my professional work. Thank you so much. Any questions I can? I think I'm on time. 7:10. I'm 7:12 now. So I can pick up some questions if you have. I would love to answer. Okay. Thank you.
Participants, do we have any questions to be asked with the speaker?
No.
Madam, good evening. This is Professor Sriraman
Yeah, good evening, sir.
from Christ University, Bangalore.
Okay.
Sir, session was very good. Since a lot of students are there in this forum,
Okay.
the job opportunities for the students in this sector.
Okay.
It's one. And if at all someone has done, someone who has, I think now only artificial intelligence and data analytics has started coming up quite recently. But someone really wants to get into it,
Okay.
to suggest some short-term course or something, which will enable them to get into the sector.
Yeah, good questions. Can you just say your first question? So somewhere I lost you. I got your last question, but
First question is, can you suggest the job opportunities for the students in this area?
Job opportunities in sense like what kind of job opportunities you're saying? You're right?
Yes.
Okay, and you come from a B school background or engineering background?
B school background.
Awesome. Yeah, good, very good question. So this is what happening in the market. I said, as I said, you might be having a different streams of graduates, right? It could be HR team, HR specialized people, marketing, sales, and then finance. Then what else? Your operations and retail, could be systems and engineering, right? Systems and IT, they come from the same background. They know how you can figure it out. But whereas the people who actually opted the non-IT streams like HR, sales, supply chain, your marketing, so there are two things. One, if at all they come from an engineering background and they're passionate towards this kind of non-tech streams, it is easy to take any artificial intelligence course to come up with. If at all I am not from engineering background, but I am there in this non-tech streams, which is HR, marketing, sales, finance, and etc. What I would suggest is the artificial intelligence or data-driven technologies are there. For example, my company, which is demand-based, a demand-based kind of a company, basically driven by artificial intelligence and data science product to enable the marketers to become very smart and sell them, right? So like if you talk about a CDP, which is a customer data platform, like a TLM, right? TLM offers a very free online certification. There are 2-3 stages of TLM certification. TLM, TEALIUM, TLM. Any kind of CDP product, if you talk about customer data platform, it's offered by Salesforce, TLM, Oracle, so many companies. Those kind of platforms which actually driven by AI, that could be easy, and the marketing team, sales team become very smarter to enable them. That's one way I would say. If you talk about finance, there are a number of visualizations dashboards. See, end of the day, data science, AI, it's basically come up with some kind of a model, right? How we are going to visualize it, right? That is something where you should concentrate, where Tableau, your Power BI, your Power Automate, so many stuff. But I just want to touch upon my streams towards some kind of a data or AI. These are all the basics, foundations, and the pyramid, I would put it. The first you start with the basic pyramid, and then the more you understand the platform, how it works and behaves, you go towards the data science and the artificial intelligence. If you talk about HR, that HR, there are a number of smart HR applications that are available. For example, the video interview applications. There are a lot of certifications, AI-based psychometric assessment, just tools where you're able, if you're able to design about 10 different or 20 different assessment questionnaire in the AI-driven platform, that itself a big work for you, right? There are a number of AI-driven video interview platforms are there, but the beauty here is the beauty and gap here is there are people, smart people, they're able to come up with a lot of platform, but the thing is, without the domain experience or domain understanding, they are not able to fulfill that the platform to become success without having the domain knowledge. Where, for example, if you talk about AI based video platform is there, who is going to enable those kind of evaluation questionnaire, right? So that is something where your HR team folks, smart recruiters, or those people are able to frame it and then submit to the industry, and then the platform is able to behave it accordingly. So there are a number of ways and opportunities, but just that we need to just sit back, and what kind of forums and channels and industries are hiring these folks, what kind of skill sets are expecting is something we need to think about it. Yeah, that's where my industry experience come from. So yeah, I can reach out to me if I can share some of the insight. I'm happy to help.
No, fine, sir. Thank you, sir. Got your questions.
Thank you. Any questions? Awesome. Thank you so much. Anything else? Cool. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Look forward to connect some other sessions somewhere we can meet, exchange our knowledge and stuff. Good luck to everyone. Thank you. Okay.
Any questions, participants?
Hello, this is Ananta Padmanabhan. Can I ask a question?
Please go ahead.
Yeah. It was a nice presentation, sir. The question I have is now people are talking about artificial intelligence, machine learning, and all that all the time. But do you think, from the +2, level, they can directly go into artificial intelligence and ML and all that? Or do you think they have to graduate in some basic programs like Java, C++, Node.js, and then go to these data analytics platforms and things like that? Or how do you think our young students, graduates should go about in their career?
Very good question. I really appreciate this question. Okay, so now I don't know if I'm hitting anybody's hot stuff, but I'll continue to answer here. Okay, so the question is whether it's okay. You just put your different perspective. So what I always whenever I meet different head of the departments in engineering schools and MBA school is that this is kind of a typical question I get from them. One is first of all, we need to just keep away some of the basics technologies that we are talking about. If you are talking about the artificial intelligence and data science and DLP, we should not even talk about the Java, C, C++. That's a different, because that comes from a programming language, which may not or may not contribute toward the kind of a AI and data science thing that you right. So definitely there are a lot of scope for Java, C++ and stuff. Those are all. It's a different perspective. When you're talking about the artificial intelligence and data science, okay, can I get something from the scratch, even if I'm a 10th grade or a 12th grade or even a first year of anything, be it a arts, be it your engineering or MBA, where can I start myself? Definitely can start. You don't need to be a graduate person to start with AI and data science. You just need to start the way the data that you can perceive. So what I am a domain expert and domain leader that I would always suggest my artificial AI team and data science team is that, hey, don't just create any model, just visualize what the data says, what is there, right? What exists, what is not exist in the data field, right? So many people that have groomed into this data science AI field is that I would also always suggest them to start with very basic courses, even if they are not graduated, which is Python anybody can start with, and that data library or a database could be a SQL. Start with SQL, right? Very simple one. Start with SQL and then go with the MongoDB, go with PostgreSQL and etc. And very fundamental thinking of data analytics courses, right? You opt for Udemy, you opt for Coursera. There are a lot of e-learning YouTube videos are available, right? My kid, I have two daughters now. One daughter is doing a third grade now, and she's learning abacus virtually using our Udemy course, right? The way that we need to cultivate the fresh mindset is that, hey, you need to think a lot, you need to question a lot. That's a fundamental frame set I always set the expectation to any graduates. Think and ask question. So what we always have to cultivate is a critical thinking, right? Analytical thinking. So these are the fundamentals, if you are able to cultivate it, whether it's a 12th, 11th, or plus two, or even a first year graduate, with a Python database, your data visualizations, for example, that's a beautiful one. Data visualizations, you just watch about 1 hour, YouTube video, you will be able to visualize your data sets, the sample data that you can just make it out and then you can put it. Those are thinking is something which we need to start with. Basically, what I'm trying to fundamentally just put is the critical thinking and analytical thinking is something we need to cultivate. When you are cultivating that, that will pick up the interest of the person and interest of the field that you are making them to prefer. If it is AI and data science, these are the areas like Python, your database like SQL, your analytical courses, your what I said, data visualizations, all the fundamental beginner courses. There are n number of courses available and exist. That's where I would always suggest to start. I hope I answered your question. If not, I can
Yeah, there
elaborate.
is one follow-up question. The follow-up question is, there are softwares like SAP, Oracle, Microsoft Dynamics. They offer a lot of certificate programs, but they're also expensive. But job opportunities are there. Wherever you go, you say I am in SAP or I'm in Microsoft. So what will happen to those? What will happen to those SAPs, Microsofts, and Oracle in the next 5 years? With this so-called generative, chatbots and all that coming in, what do you think will happen to these softwares? Will it continue to be the giants in the field, or something will happen and some cannibalization will happen about these softwares?
Very good question. Excellent. So I would put it two different aspects. One is, for example, if we talk about SAP, there are about 500 plus SAP modules that exist, right? 500 plus modules like sales, marketing, project planning, your PLM, product lifecycle management, your material management. We talk about so many, right? So the way that I'm looking at is the market will basically moving towards a very thin space where there could be two things will happen. One, the very dependent product, the modules. For example, if you talk about Oracle, Oracle also they have a lot of e-business suites and various stuffs are there. There is one product called, there are a number of products. One of the product is the Argus safety suite, right? The another product is a product lifecycle management, and these are all the kind of a functionality of the product. Some of the products called, manufacturing operation management, MOM, right? All these are the products which is the industry specific products. That's we call it as the industry suits, right? Those industry suits, it will never go away. Though the cost of applications, training, certification costs, implementation cost will be at a higher price, but these products will not go away, right? Some of the non-industry specific applications, let's say sales softwares or sales and marketing modules of SAP or Oracle, those kind of things, definitely there will be a bit fall because all these things, what will happen is, those products will go and become a SaaS product. Now it is all on premises, and some of the products are non-SaaS products, and they will become a very smarter SaaS products, which is driven by the data and the artificial intelligence, right? So many products will actually get discontinued from the market. Some of the very industry specific product that I said, the healthcare product, supply chain product, your passion care management product, your product lifecycle management product, your 2D, 3D visualization products like your CATIA, ProE, Dassault Systems product, your what else? Your manufacturing operations products. All these products will exist, and it will become more smarter because those where all the products will be backed up with the real-time data analytics with the different stuff. Some of the other product, which is non-industry products, will become more smarter, become more thin based on the AI-driven recommendation engines, machine learning-driven, and cognitive approaches.
Okay. Thank you so much, Anbichalvan. It was a good presentation. And now I understand in the industry, now reverse mentoring is happening. You know what is reverse mentoring? So people like you mentor people like us, we are about 30 years in the industry and all that. So I think people like us should come to you for reverse mentoring and maybe try to adopt newer technologies. Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation and answering the questions. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And yes, I do a lot of FDPs in various universities, mostly in South India. I can help you if anything it's needed. And you represent which university?
But I'm a past president of Coimbatore Management Association, and I've been working in the healthcare industry for a long time. Yeah.
Excellent. Wow, good to know. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Anything else? I think I could see some feedback link for certifications. So certifications, there are a number of certifications. Better you go with Udemy and Coursera, plural site. These are all the three, online certification course which offered to various, folks and professions. I don't know what background that you come from. Whichever the background that you come from, just start with a beginner course. A lot of beginners and intermediate courses. Start with a beginner course and then certify in somehow, not only just one tools and products, certify in one products which, and the second product should be the competitor product, the one that you completed already. That's the way that you need to approach, and God bless you. Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll wind up this meeting.
Yeah, any questions, please, attendees? So can we end the meeting?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, Ms. Suchitra?
Thank you.
Ms. Aarti?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
The meeting
Vote
got
of
over.
thanks.
Yeah, vote of thanks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Dear estimated guests, distinguished faculty members, and honored delegates. On behalf of Coimbatore Management Association, I am Sujitra M. from First MBA, Department of Business Administration, Avinashalingam Institute for Home Science and Higher Education for Women. I am here to propose the vote of thanks. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Mr. G. Anbaselvan for gracing us with your invaluable presence and sharing your profound insights on the topic of data-driven decision-making, evaluating business strategies. Your expertise and thought leadership in the field have undoubtedly enlightened and inspired us all. Your articled presentation has not only set light on the importance of data-driven decision-making, but has also provided us with practical strategies to navigate and capitalize on the data evaluation in the business world. I thank the organizers of CMA Association. We are grateful for the efforts of CMA organized and faculties in delivering this session. Once again, I thank our estimated guest faculties and the students for your presence here today. And we hope that you all have gained valuable insights from this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chitra.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Anbaselvan. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Delivering an excellent speech. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye.
Okay. See.